I think the last time you and I spoke was at the start of April. You just signed a new contract, so congratulations on the new contract. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Obviously, it's nice to sign a new deal and just to know that obviously I'm going to be here for the next sort of couple of years and just focus on the rugby. So, good.
I know when I spoke to you after the last one, you said good to be tied down for the future. We'll talk again in April next year when you start the negotiations again. So were you surprised when you were offered another extension in the same season?
Yeah, a little bit. I know when I last signed, the club had said like we'll see how things go and then we'll start talking to you again. And obviously they kept to the word and obviously once they approached me and it was pretty quick and easy really. Simple decision and just glad that it's sort of sorted and can concentrate on the rugby.
We've just been speaking to Willie Peters. He's talking about how obviously you're the first name on the team sheet. You epitomise what it is to be a Hull KR player. How does that make you feel when you hear your head coach talking about you in that way?
Oh yeah, it's good. Obviously, I'd rather it be like that than something else. But no, it's obviously nice, getting good comments like that. But I just get on with my job really, and it's not just me either. It's we've got a full team here that are sort of buying into how Willie wants to play, and the standards within the group, and everyone's bought into that, and that shows on the field. On a game day, that's why we're getting results because everyone's buying in. So it's a collective.
I know when we spoke to Elliot Minchella after he signed a long-term deal, he said he didn't want to play anywhere else for the rest of his career in England. Is this where you want to spend the rest of your career at Craven Park?
Yeah, definitely. Look, obviously, when I made the move here, it was a big move at the time, and definitely. For me, it was like I say, every time the club's approached me, it's been pretty simple and pretty quick and easy, really, to just get something sorted. This is the place I want to be, and why would I want to move anywhere else? I love it here, and I love all the people here, and like I say, it was pretty easy decision.
Of course, you made that move over in 2019 from West Hull. You weren't the only other player to move over. Jez Litten come over as well. He's just signed a new deal till the end of 2029. So how good is it for the club to have him locked down for the next 4 years?
Oh yeah, really good. Obviously, Jez has been a great player for this club, and I think this year as well he's really stepped up. He's obviously becoming more. He's had to play more this year, and he's a real leader now within our team, and he's hopefully he's going to be in that England team as well come end of the year, and he's been awesome for us, and obviously it's good that he's going to be here for the next sort of 4 years. So really good for Jez, but for the club as well.
What has it been like moving over with someone, spending so long at the same side, and really both coming into your own as players over the same time, and probably reaching a point now where I think it's fair to say you're both playing your best rugby of your career at the same time as well. What's it been like doing that in mirror with another player? Yeah,
it's nice. Obviously, we came at the same time, and it's always nice when you have them sort of relationships, and obviously there's Jez. I think Mikey had just come into the first team at that point. I think he made his debut the week after, and people like Minnie as well, who's been here a long time. I think when you go on a journey like it has been obviously over the past 5-6 years, it's nice to sort of be able to do that with other people and be part of that, and that's what we've done. And obviously, like I say, it's sort of nice to be on that journey with people.
And when I look at the sides that have dominated Super League over the past decade and a half, you think of the Leeds team in the mid-2010s, the Wigan team, the Saints team, they all had this group of core players who'd been at that club for a very long time. How much a difference does that make within a squad when you've got a group like those players you've just mentioned in the side?
Yeah, that's it. That is really important, that you do have a sort of core group of players, and then obviously as a club you can sort of make changes, but it's not wholesale changes. And like I say, it's about building relationships. If you're constantly sort of chopping and changing, and you can't build that consistency and and those relationships. So, like I say, it's been nice, and it's good to sort of have a core group of players who have been together for quite a bit now.
Before we look forward, let's look back to last Friday and that win over Saints. Probably one of the toughest, grittiest wins I think this side's played in quite a while. What was the mood in the camp like after that?
No, good. We knew it was a big game, obviously, going into it off the back of the week before at Leeds, which was really disappointing. It was obviously our worst performance of the year, and it wasn't us. So obviously we want the result, but we're really big on performance as well. And the Leeds one, we just didn't perform at all, and that was disappointing. But we went into that Saints game, and obviously we knew it was a big game. We're at the back end of the season now, and every game matters, every point matters. So we're putting a real good performance, and got the win, which is huge. But yeah, like I say, we move on quick after games, and the focus is always about the next one.
Both Richard said in commentary and Willie Peters after the game as well said that Saints match had a playoff atmosphere and a playoff feel to it. Was that something that you felt on the pitch?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously playing in the game, it was more about defence and sort of those effort areas, and not too many points in the game. Similar, we had one against Wigan as well a few weeks ago, which was similar, and that's what the big games are. That's what they're like, really. It's about defences being on top and sort of going after it for long periods, and I thought it was a really good performance. Similar to that Wigan game, like I say, it should give us a lot of confidence going into this back end.
Well, it is a derby then. You looking forward to it?
Always looking forward to a derby. The special games, and it doesn't matter how many you play a year. It's every derby is a special game, and it means a lot to a lot of people, and us as players as well. And I never take it for granted. It's a real privilege to be able to play in these games. Like I say, I know it means a lot to a lot of people and a lot of families, and for me and the rest of the boys to be able to play in the game and sort of have a say and have an impact, it's a real privilege. So yeah, looking forward to it.
I think if my adding up is correct, this is derby number 16 for you. What are the first previous meetings that spring to mind when I say that?
I didn't know that. No, just every day, like I say, every derby, I just look forward to it, really. Just they're exciting games. Obviously, when the fixtures come out, you sort of look for when they are and all that kind of stuff. And just the special games, and just looking forward to it, really.
Is your household split, or is it entirely a Rovers household? With split allegiances?
Yeah, a little bit of both. So no, it's good though. It's all obviously there's a bit of banter flying about, and I've got friends as well who are split. So, but that's what makes this game sort of unique, I think, and the difference really is that it literally is one city divided, and families are divided, and that's what makes it what it is. No, I think everybody sort of embraces it, and that's what makes it so good.
Are the kids being raised firmly as red and whites though?
They're fully behind me. Yeah.
Obviously, there is the chance, depending on other results, that you could be winning the League Leaders' Shield on Sunday. I know it's a hypothetical, but what would it mean for you as a player to claim that trophy in front of your own fans in a derby?
Oh yeah, obviously that would be nice, but that's out of our hands at the moment. But for us, it's we're just fully focused on Sunday, and obviously trying to put in a performance to try and win the game. We can only control what we can control, which is Sunday. So it'd obviously be nice. We've put ourselves in a good position, and obviously only a few games to go. So we're just fully focused on Sunday, and hopefully we can get the job done.
Lovely. That's everything from me, Matt. I'll pass you over to the others, but good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Cheers. Lovely. Cheers, pal.
Go on, Josh.
Yeah, how you doing? Hope you well?
Hi, mate. You all right? Yeah, good.
Yeah, good, thanks.
Just a couple from me. You obviously, you've often been dubbed the sort of unsung hero for Hull KR, but that's shifted into the spotlight this year with your consistent performances, the relentless displays in the middle. I mean, how much have you enjoyed that sort of shift of coming into more of the spotlight and earning that praise that you obviously deserve from looking on the outside?
I don't. Yeah, I'm not too fussed, to be honest. As long as I'm sort of doing my job here and I have the respect of my teammates and the people within our sort of team. That's the most important thing for me. Is having sort of their respect and for me just doing what I can. Whether it's training or on a game day and just earning the boys' respect and sort of being someone who they want to play alongside. Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me. So yeah, that's it really.
You received high praise as well from Willie when we spoke to him just before. I mean, how much has he helped lift your game under his sort of leadership as a coach?
Oh yeah, good. I think obviously my game suits how he goes about it and how he wants his team to look. I think my game, my strengths sort of suit that. So it's obviously been good. And for me personally, it's just about being fit. And these past few years, I've been able to play every week, consistently. And and off the back of that, people have been able to see what type of player I am and sort of what I bring to a team. So that's been the biggest thing for me, really.
And how much have you enjoyed that sort of utility role? Willie was saying that sometimes on the interchange bench, it's nothing to do with the reflection on the training week. It's just where he wants to play. I mean, you're able to play pretty much anywhere in that pack. How much you enjoyed that and embraced that role this year?
Yeah, obviously, I've played a lot of rugby in both back row or in the middle. Whether that's 13 or obviously as a prop over these last couple of years, but. Yeah, my game doesn't really change anyway, so I quite enjoy sort of mixing about, playing both, and like I say, my game, whether I play back row or middle, my game doesn't really change how I approach a game. So nothing changes really.
Nice one. I'll pass you on to Gaz if he has anything. Best luck this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, good to you.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Just big follow a couple of things that Willie said before you. He said that you're very much actions speak louder than words. Is that something you sort of a theory you follow in sort of everyday life as well? Like you do as I say, or do as I do, not as I say. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm pretty quiet bloke, really. Just like to sort of like you said, actions speak louder than words, and that's sort of how I approach things, whether that's training games or sort of away from rugby. Just like to crack on and get on with it.
What does make quiet bloke Dean Hadley noisy?
I guess the actions. I like once I'm sort of on the field and playing, you've got to. I suppose you become someone different a little bit. You've got to. It's a tough game that we play, and you've got to. So you've got to rip in, really. When you've got big blokes running at you, you've got to front up. So when I'm on the field, I suppose I'm a little bit different.
Do you find that easy to manage? Not almost like that split personality thing, like Dean Hadley off the field to Dean Hadley on the field.
I've always been like that. Even as a kid, I've always been the same. Really, I've never changed. So I suppose that. It's just I'm naturally quiet and relaxed, laid back, and then but I know that when you're on the field or even in like team meetings or whatever it might be, when you've got to be on and you've got to sort of switch a bit. So I suppose it's natural to me, really.
Now, just on to you, are you an East Hull lad or a West Hull lad?
I'm actually like in the middle, so I'm off Branzone. So, which is more East Hull. Yeah.
More East Hull. So East Hull, that'll do for me anyway.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So just talk me through. Obviously, I'm from Manchester. I don't come from Hull.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't understand Hull. So, away from the rugby, is there a big rivalry between East and West Hull, like in everyday things, like in everything, basically?
I'm not too sure about like obviously rugby's massive in the city and. like I said, it means a lot to a lot of people, and it splits families and friends, etc. And yeah, obviously predominantly, if you're in East Hill, you're red and white, and obviously if West Hill, you're black and white. So yeah, it does, it is a city divided really, and but that's what makes it what it is, and that's what makes it unique and different. And I've said it quite a few times, but it's a special occasion, these derbies, and it means a lot. It means a lot to a lot of people.
So away from rugby, Hull is just Hull.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you're the only one football team in the city, isn't there?
Yeah.
So he's not at Manchester United, Manchester City. That's splits you and everything like that. So.
Yeah.
So you mentioned before about keeping things simple. How important is that to you in everything you do, not just your rugby?
Yeah, I think keeping things simple. Nailing the basics, and I suppose that applies to sort of everyday life as well, doesn't it? I'm a big believer in that. I think, once you've done that, then you can sort of start looking ahead. But always, the little things are the big things really, I think. And I think, when you nail them, and, it stands you in good stead really.
So even when you're at home, take care of the little things first, and the big things will take care of themselves.
That's it. Yep.
But so if you need anything fixing, you fix the little things, and the big things magically fix themselves.
I'm not good at fixing things, so I don't. I must be lying there,
actually. Just one last one on the rugby side of things.
Yep.
Given the season you've had, and everything like, has England been any thought? Have you given any thoughts to England at all or anything?
No, not really. No, that's obviously I know there's been a little bit of talk from other people and stuff like that, and it's nice to obviously be mentioned and stuff like that. It must mean you're doing something well, and that. But that's it for me. It's about doing my job here, and that's my priority. The only thing sort of I can control, or as players, is by playing well every week, being consistent, and keep striving to improve. That that's a real big one. I think not just being happy. I think turning up every day at training and keep looking to keep improving and keep getting better. And that's a big one for me. Just keep doing that, and whatever will be.
When you hear your name mentioned in terms of England, how does that make you feel? Does it make you realise you're doing something right?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. I think England or whatever it might be. When it's things like that, it's obviously a good thing. It's obviously nice to hear that, but it comes back to sort of what you're doing, and the main priority is what you're doing on a game day and how you're performing, and that's the priority. That's as a player, that's all you can control is how you play and how you go about your business, and that's all I can do really. And if anything ever comes off the back of that, then great. I who wouldn't want to play for England and national team and playing in Ashes? It'd be awesome. Every player would say the exact same thing. So, but like I say, the only thing I can do control is by doing how I can play, and that's all I'm focusing on really.
So the upshot of what we've just been speaking about is Dean Hadley, bloody good on the rugby field, absolutely rubbish at DIY.
Yeah, true.
That's brilliant. That's been like sorted. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.